And we are live. So 90 seconds is not enough time to go out and smoke a cigarette. That takes about 4 minutes, easy. But we will get through this together. So thank you guys for hanging on, bearing through these ads with me, and let's just dive right back into ranked. For those of you that came in during the ad break, I am Corn Nut. I'm a new streamer to the game. I play Eternal, play a lot of racing games. I'm an open book. If you have questions, want to know more about me, or what's my favorite X, Y, or Z, or what's a cool story I've got a ton. A little bit of probing, and I'll give you lots to go off of, and lots of fun, laughing stories to get by. Personal history: I worked with the WWE Network. I was on Afara. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. That is awesome. You're my first sub. That is dope, dude. Like that's so cool. Thank you so much for that. That means a lot. That's put that down in your book. You're my first subscriber ever of all time. So if we blow up and we go to the moon together and I become Mr. Beast 2.0, it started here together. That's so lit. Oh gosh, I lost my train of thought. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Hey man, I'm happy to. I'm glad that you are entertained by me, because you guys are keeping me going. So it's a win-win. It's mutual. It is mutual. That's a founder. You got that first. Founder 1 month subscriber. I love that. I don't know what that founder tag means. Let me see. Does it say FR is the first Prime sub pay subscription? Alex, yeah, cool. That's awesome. You got that first tag, so that's something. I think that's hella cool. Always play musket, always. So we'll get that out of the way right there. We are playing HWHWZN. Don't know what it stands for, but that's who we're playing against. So a little bit of history on me. I worked for the WWE Network, the wrestling on TV. I toured with them for a full season. And so I know all the ins and outs of all of the wrestling. And that was before they went to the TV, kind of like before the thing I can't say that ends in 19, before that took place. I was part of that before that took place, so I know a lot about that. If you have questions about that or want to know a little bit more, I'd be more than happy to share. I have worked in a lot of different sales positions. And I know a lot of, from call centers to point of sale to worked for Gamestop for a little while, and made a lot of fun stuff happen within that company, which I thought was pretty slick. So I will say that I've lived a life. I've experienced a lot of really cool stuff, and I'd be more than happy to share that with you. I'm no longer allowed to trade stuff in at GameStop because of some of the things that I've gotten away with over the years. One particular, let's do this before we do this and see what we get out of it. But they just exactly what I wanted to have happen with that musket. That's amazing. Let's go. Concede is at instant speed, so we're gonna go for the quit on the next turn here. We're gonna see what happens. But they had a promotion 1 month. We like to call that rolling the nuts instead of rolling the dice. I'm with it, bro. I'm so with it. That's lit. We'll call it rolling the nuts. But GameStop, they had a trade-in promotion. It was like buy 2 get 1. And so you buy 2 games, you get the third one free. And so if you bought 2 games at $40, if you bought another game that was $40 or less, the third one would be free. If you bought 2 games at $40 and then you wanted a $60 game, they would not give you that one. So you had to kind of get your 3 games that you were buying around the same value or same price. He must have a kill spell in his hand. That's the only reason he's still hanging on. That's the only thing I can think of that why he would still have that. But anyway, they also, that same weekend with this buy 2 get 1. Oh, concede is instant speed. Go for the exit. Thank you so much for playing. They had another promotion that was trade in 6 games and get 100% trading credit extra or something like that. And so you trade in 6 and then you get like double your value on it. And so that weekend I did a lot of research, and I wasn't working for them at the time, but I used to work there, so I kind of knew how the system worked. And so there were some Pokemon games that traded in for like a lot of money for like the 3DS and such. And so you would go and you buy these games, buy 2, get 1 free, buy 2, get 1 free, buy 2, get 1 free. And so I would go buy 9 or 12 games. Well, actually 12 was the number I was working with. And then so I would go into the store and buy the inventory of the stuff that would trade in really well and get those, the third one free, and then I would trade it in. And so my seed money, I started with like $200. I went to every GameStop in my area. It was like 9 of them. At the end of the day, I had a total of $5,000 in like trading credit. It was like, it was almost 6. It was like 58 something and some change, all on trade cards. And I bought Nintendo Switch for my kids. My wife and all of my daughters got Nintendo 3DSs. I bought a bunch of games for myself. I bought this Arc or SteelSeries headset. I bought all kinds of stuff. I just bought everything under the sun. And then literally they sent an email communication to all the stores with like a ban list of people that can never trade in again. And I'm on that list. What kind of chaps me is I didn't even do the most. There was somebody else that took them for 12. And I was like, man, I need to set some records. I should have went for the top tier. But that was a pretty cool experience to be able to go in and actually, like, I feel like I was one of the few people that didn't get rolled by GameStop. Like, I rolled them kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody else, you go and you trade in your whole library of games. They're like, hey, man, best I can do is like $3. Oh, per game? No. For all of it. And you're like, no, dude, no. I've spent hundreds to get this library. And so to be able to, gosh, this didn't work out the way I would have wanted, actually. So we'll skip that. We'll just trade. We'll trade here for that. It's kind of annoying. We have another one of those, so we'll just wait till the next turn and get that guy out there. So that was one thing. So if you're kind of careful with looking at the sales and looking at the different things that get put out there for some companies, sometimes you can really take advantage of it and really just exploit it. Kind of like Spiffing Brit does when... Yeah, no, GameStop was never my go-to either, brother. Never. I never woke up and went like, oh yeah, today's the day I'm going to go trade in a ton of value at GameStop. Like, no, that's not how it works. But that day was the day. And I called all of my friends. I told them what was up, and none of them like wanted to take advantage of it. The next day, after I told them how much I got on my trade card and like what I was able to accomplish, a bunch of them were like, "Oh yeah, no, I want to go do that today." Well, they had changed all the values. They had changed the way the system works, so that way you couldn't get away with it anymore. So it was kind of like too little, too late. But that's probably my favorite GameStop story for what I was able to make happen, because it was pretty sick. If I don't have an answer for this in the next turn, we're in deep, deep trouble. That's really not the answer right there, unfortunately. And we actually lose next turn, so that's cool. We'll just play.